I loved my 15-inch MacBook Pro. I really did. But yes, I'm using past tense. Because lately, I haven't been needing much portability, and I also recently installed macOS on a PC. And my god, the performance on the Hackintosh is ridiculous. We'll get back to that later in the video. Let's talk about my MacBook. So my 2017 MacBook Pro has a quad-core Intel i7 with a base clock of 2.9 GHz. It can supposedly turbo up to 3.9 GHz. It also has 16 gigs of RAM as well as a Radeon Pro 560 with 4 gigs of VRAM. Pretty solid specs for a laptop back in 2017. So I bought this laptop because I really needed portability at the time. I traveled back and forth between places quite often, so I really needed something portable that can also handle video editing while also being just an all-around great machine. So why didn't I get a Windows laptop back then? Well, I'm already sucked into the Apple ecosystem. Plus, I've really gotten used to editing with Final Cut Pro. So when I bought this machine, I had no regrets. It costed around $3,000, but I felt like it was well worth it at the time. During the first year of use, I loved this laptop. It was, I guess, a honeymoon phase? The keyboard was fresh, the touch bar was cool, and the display was amazing. Editing performance was a bit lacking, but I dealt with it. And then the second year came around and I started to get a bit frustrated with the lackluster editing performance. Also, the keyboard didn't feel as fresh as before. A big problem I still have to this day is that I have an orange tint on the screen. When the laptop was in my backpack and I took it out, it would shift the orange tint to one side of the screen. And if I laid the laptop flat on a table for a while, it would spread across the whole screen. This would cause color inaccuracies, which was pretty annoying when I'm video editing. I feel like the most important thing of a laptop is the screen. And my screen was not good. Another big problem that users had with this generation of MacBooks is the keyboard. Luckily, I personally didn't have many problems with this. I did have one instance where one key was stuck, but I just kept like smashing it until it finally loosened up. Hearing about other people's problems with the keyboard made me feel a bit anxious about my keyboard, and I felt like I can't really type on it or else something's gonna happen. So some more complaints. I edited a ton of 4K video on this laptop, and I also did a ton of schoolwork on this laptop. However, when using this laptop, it would struggle to perform at a pro level. When exporting and rendering footage, the turbo boost only went up to 3.1 GHz. I'm not able to edit original 4K footage on this laptop either. I would have to transcode the footage to proxy media, which took up extra time and extra storage. And so if I didn't transcode it, the playback of the original 4K footage was terrible. So I've been dealing with this lackluster performance for a while now. The new 16-inch MacBook Pros do seem pretty good. They have more cores, better RAM, better graphics. So I would imagine those are better for video editing. The new models are also better priced. The specs you get for the price are much better than the specs I got for this MacBook. So I thought about upgrading to a 16-inch MacBook Pro, but we're under lockdown and I don't really need the portability right now. So then I thought maybe an iMac, maybe an iMac Pro, but then that's a bit too pricey. I already have a gaming PC, so then I just bought an SSD and installed macOS on it, and the performance on that machine is ridiculous. It's much better than my MacBook Pro. Troubleshooting was a real pain, however, and it took a full day of messing around to get it working. Let me know if you guys are interested in a Hackintosh video down in the comments below, and maybe I'll start working on one. In short, my Hackintosh is able to edit 4K video all while running really quietly, and so it's really awesome stuff. I think the main issues of the 2016 to 2018 15-inch MacBook Pros is the reliability. The previous generation 2015 15-inch MacBook Pro is really reliable. It has a ton of great ports, it had an awesome display, and it has a great keyboard. Sure, the performance of these new MacBook Pros are better, but reliability shouldn't be the trade-off. So in conclusion, I'm breaking up with my MacBook Pro for video editing. I'm still using it around the house to type emails, type scripts, and general web browsing, but for the more intensive work like video editing, I'm using my Hackintosh for that now. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. It helps me a ton. I also started an Instagram account to post some nice product shots, as well as notify you guys when I'm uploading a new video. Anyway, stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks for watching.